Go outside,
Yeah.
nerd. Get
Yeah.
out. Go.
Yeah.
I ain't got time to be distracted by
Yeah.
your worthless chime-ins. Go on.
Yo. Dogs on the couch, Netflix marathon. Beasts in the house, got the game face on. With murder gone palm, throwing the other champs of the sofa. Shout out to Greg, never another. Capping about the stats, got Jay Reed and spreadsheets. Baltimore County, the ARKs, flooded streets. They blue to save flowers, no dogs to Brock Bowers. Who pig like Nick Fatty? Ball out like this Madden. Loving Austin and Puka before LA hit the ground. From Bristol to Nashville, we turning it up loud. Where Henry's run the game, 2-2 in Duffy. Score checking all night in that throwback jersey. O's and goes and X's and O's. Work ethic, 23rd pick. Field goals and best bros. Who let my dogs win? That's the real query. Ball game, every screen, this life is legendary. Barking about the game like some straight up hounds. Indoor dogs, howling while the comfort abounds.
Hey guys, you ready to let the dogs out?
What?
Do what? Let the dogs out. You know, like, who let the dogs out? Who?
Who brought this guy?
We're good?
We're good. We're recording.
All right, well, I didn't want to be on camera, but I've got something
Hit
to
me.
camera for. Can you, I feel like I can't see. See, look, this is the mess I'm talking about. We need delete. Hold on.
Dude, you're good.
Which one do I want? What happened to my dogs? But this is worth it, trust me. Well, hopefully. Okay. All right, got my dogs with me. I ran outside while you prep this because dang, it's gone again. Because I got a notification that something arrived
Oh,
and I haven't opened it yet. And this is for the king's birthday. The real king.
oh,
Do you know what this is? I'm so nervous.
never another.
Oh, we got a solid bag-in-bag situation.
You love to see it.
Keep the suspense going.
I know Greg's gonna love it already because I love anything that's in one of those zip-up bags like that.
Right, like the texture of it.
Yeah, that's got
alone.
holes in it that makes
Mhm.
it not even serve a purpose.
Like, is this waterproof? No.
Yeah. If
Okay.
a cup had a hole in it, you would throw it away immediately. Did you hear me I hope this cheap mic caught me audibly gasp
This is
because it
like-
was the most sincere thing I've ever done in my life. It's beautiful TMR.
We are about the same size.
It's so
reference.
complicated that the camera's really struggling with it.
Like, look at that back. It's actually decent quality. And I was nervous about the whole size thing. but
Honestly, I'm
all the
gonna have you
reviews
send
were
me
like,
the link as
all
soon.
the reviews were like size down. It's definitely like, wouldn't call it breathable, but he's going to a golf trip in November. I mean, it's in Myrtle Beach, so we're in
Oh.
South, but like,
It's gonna be such a hit, dude.
it better be.
It's
Look at this, on the
incredible.
butt.
It's my favorite
I'm
thing.
putting it on.
And you know, the best part of the Dan Flashes thing is like I remember kind of feeling like Dan Flashes feels when I was a little kid watching it on a Windows 95. It's magic.
I'm dying. This is gonna fit
Are
perfectly.
you walking the red carpet right now? Because
right? I feel like $1 million.
Hi, Julia Roberts. Your gown is
This
gorgeous.
is incredible.
I'm so jealous. There's so much jealousy in my heart.
I'm so excited that it's like actually good. And
I'm
he
so
did.
excited to live in the same world as it.
Well, honestly, if you Google, like, I was expecting it to be way more, but this is like the one,
Yeah,
as it should be.
it's awesome.
I know a bunch of people that are going on this trip will really. They got they're on a golf trip and 16 guys, and they're doing it like Ryder Cup style. So the two champs from last year got to like pick teams, and they have A players, B players, C players, D players, and then they're playing 3 rounds, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and the format changes halfway through each round. So there's like 6 mini games. And the whole point of like Sunday, they're wearing team polos, and they're supposed to be like kind of crazy wild, but nothing like this. So I guess he'll rock this on Saturday. He better
That's
not
not
tell anyone about it.
that's not that's not the words I would use to describe it. The word I would use to describe it would be complicated.
Right.
Oh,
Like,
I would
so
spend
complicated.
all of my honestly, I kind of feel like the guy in the Dan Flash's skit feels on my diet right now. Because I'm spending all my per diem on protein
I
and
bet. I see this. Yeah.
none on candy, and it makes me sad.
I'm going off camera. This is too complicated. But I'm so freaking. I think I'm gonna bring this to the girls' trip.
I'd be mad if you don't.
Does-
Honestly,
Does Milwaukee have a sense of humor?
well, he's from Detroit, so
Okay, I wanted to
He's a
ask.
mid-
Have you
he's a
watched the
Midwest guy.
Detroiters?
yeah, he's truly a Detroit guy, I think.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I have not seen the Detroiters, but I see so many of the reels on Instagram. And I told Greg we need to watch that.
I watched a few episodes, and then I think whatever service I was watching it through, I canceled. Let's be real. I have such severe commitment issues regarding TV, but I didn't technically recommend it today, and mild spoiler, because if anyone listens to this, it will probably be our guilt tripped sweetheart Greg. But I was working on Greg's card as I was concluding at work today, and a student asked, and there was an I think you should leave. Of course, it was something appropriate. There was an I think you should leave reference on the card, and a student asked about it, and I was like, it's a show, and the student is a senior. He's 18 years old. I was like, it's technically got foul language in it, so like I'm not technically recommending it or anything. Like, definitely not. And like, I wasn't being sarcastic. Like, I was like, there's legitimately foul language in it, but it's a show that I've watched and my friends watch. And he was like, oh no, I know what that means. And I was like, no.
Kids these days,
Yeah.
the youth.
Oh, truly. Packer has completely given up on us, and I assume Atlas has as well. Or, circling back, 2 things I was going to add with the contrasting blood types with you and Parker. It was with Parker, not Mac, right?
Well, I found out during sorry, long story short, Parker has the same blood type as me, but Mac does not. But with both of them, so I don't know. I'm completely botching this. I had to get a shot beforehand, and then when the baby's born, if the baby is negative blood type as well, you do not need to get the second shot because you're like, oh, you're in the clear. And both of them were negative as well. But we don't know Greg's type. I think Parker's the same as me, so we're both B negative. And I don't remember if Mac is B negative or just maybe he's AB negative and then Greg's A. I don't know. Greg might be O.
I started to say, is there any chance that Greg is O? Because, just like astrology and stuff, they say that you can do your personality type by blood type. And if there's ever just a giving heart, is it not the universal donor that is Greg?
I know it really is. It really must
Truly.
be. Because I'm guessing he's O negative too, because the odds of having like passing on negative blood type is very well, I guess maybe it's only 50-50 if I'm negative. Whatever. But we have 2 kids that have negative, so I feel like if he's O negative, then he is the universal donor. But
So
he also will
technically,
never donate blood because of
that
for
would be a
obvious reasons.
continuation from our terrible audio part too. So I think if we are going to bring our friends on for this show, I think that we have to make a commitment to kind of shout out to things that we want to bring up with them, and then me
Mhm.
probably forget to ever write it down. But let's make Erica explain blood types to us. Let's
Mhm.
do it.
Mhm.
She'd love it. We'd all have a great time.
She would she would get real sciencey. And I
She would
love that.
thrive and love every and we would learn. And I love learning.
I love learning too. Oh my
Sure.
gosh. Sister
Especially if I don't have
wives.
to move to do it.
Exactly.
Best.
Exactly.
You were asking about, does Milwaukee have enough of a sense of humor to appreciate the shirt? Very tempted. Gonna need you to send the link, because do you understand how powerful the photo shoot for this podcast would be if you and I had matching Dan Flash's shirts?
Oh my gosh.
And then we're just like strutting around a town, just any random city.
That would be incredible. I'm sending you the link right now. Oh wait, that's not add to list.
Is Laverne and Shirley a Milwaukee show? I'm looking it up. And don't they do like the super cheesy, like them like dancing, like 2 gals dancing around Milwaukee?
That we should mimic that in the Dan Flashes.
Yes. I'm
So
Googling.
yeah, it's the brand I just sent you is Swayzine, as it should
Perfect.
be. Swayzine. And I looked them up a couple places and you can buy they have a website, I think, or it was Sketch, or I mean it's clearly shipped directly from China, which is fine by me. Or you could buy it on eBay. I know you're an eBay gal.
Oh, love
Um,
it. 18. Oh, I can get it here by the 21st. How would do you say it fits true to size? Do you think it runs
Absolutely
small?
not. It runs very small.
It it runs small?
Yeah,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I
Oh,
know.
uh-oh. All right.
And that's what
I'll
all the comments said too. That's what I was nervous about because like
yeah.
Greg usually wears a small, but this is the medium, and it is definitely a small.
Well, we may be a little low in stock on a few things, but I'll look around after we hang up. But I do have good news. Girlfriend, Laverne and Shirley was set in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We're about to make
Let's
dude, I don't care
go.
if I have to hand stitch a Dan Flash's shirt. We're about to get. Do you know how much and I know like you are literally my financial advisor, but do you know how much I want to like hire a photographer to
I mean,
just
you can
like
make the girls do well, but it's a style. It's a certain style.
Mhm.
There's also some long sleeves which go hard. Honestly, a long sleeve polo with this print.
Oh, I'm gonna look around. Like, we're making something. I don't care if it's like I have to wear like parachute pants and you rock the
The
polo.
group's
Like,
gonna hate us.
yeah.
No, you need to get. Oh, do they sell the tug shirts?
Who can we pay off in the group the
J Mac.
easiest? Yeah. And I think we should bribe with wine.
Well, right now she's like in the land of wine. She's got
That's
unlimited
true. You're
wine.
right. You're
We
right.
need to bribe her with like
I'm too
Trader
sleepy
Joe's
too.
snacks.
You're right. I'm too sleepy. And true Americana as well.
Exactly.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's true. Um, I'm going to make a note to watch the Laverne and Shirley intro tonight. I think I remember The only thing I remember about that show, because your girl, with me being a sleep with the TV on kid, lot of Nick at Night,
Mm-hmm.
girl. And I think the only thing I remember, I think they drank milk in their Pepsi. And then other than that, it was just two gals living life.
Yep, that's us. That is us.
I spelled
And
Laverne
I
like
wish I could rock that hairstyle.
oh, dude, can you imagine
I would just look
me?
like a member of the Hanson brothers. Actually, they have the long hair, but I would look like a boy. And so right now I look like a member of the Hanson brothers.
Well,
And then
you'd
with this
have to be
haircut,
the little one, obviously. And if you put the big shoulder one's hair on me, which is what needs to happen, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna go with. I'm just gonna look at images of the intro and give a little. Okay, it looks like they're dancing on a like factory line.
oh my
Ooh.
gosh, oh my gosh, I
Oh,
found it.
oh, they're skipping down the street. You're right. Our friends are gonna hate us. We're done. We're fired as friends.
I just I
I'm
just
so sorry, friends.
Googled Laverne and Shirley photo shoot, and I just sent you a couple pics from it, but like the poses alone are incredible. We
Oh,
need some bright colors. But oh no, we're in the Dan Flashes. Right,
we
right,
do,
right.
we have the brightest colors.
I was gonna say, do they have the tugboat shirts? Do they sell those?
Oh, I'm a Dan Flashes girl through and through. I can't
Yeah.
betray. It's the complicated patterns for me or nothing else. But unfortunately, this that was at first just a mild joke to me is something that has become quite the dream very quickly for me on this Laverne and Shirley Dan Flashes situation.
Okay, I'm looking more into Dan Flashes. What I did find, I was specifically looking for a polo for golf. They have a
Mhm.
lot of like short sleeve button downs, like
Oh,
vacation style button downs, like Hawaiian
I like
shirts, Dan Flashes.
Hawaiians.
And I
Oh
think
my
that's
goodness.
gonna be the one.
You do know I'm weak over Hawaiians. Great
No,
note.
I'm looking at it right now. Like this is actually perfect. And they have like all the sizes and it's cheaper. This is
I
incredible.
I already have one Hawaiian set out for the girls' trip.
Well, make it two, my friend.
I think I may have to. I
They
think
are
I
gonna
may
hate
have
us.
to.
It's gonna be cold though.
I like how we waited 20 minutes into the planning to be like, oh yeah, weather. I did plan that vehicle wise because I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to rent a vehicle to drive up. Ugh.
Have we?
But
It's official that Pac-Man's coming, right?
I hope so.
Did Hannah ever officially send a message to the guy, or she was waiting until closer to the date?
She was waiting until closer to the date, but
Okay,
yeah.
we should definitely make sure that
Yeah,
that's
no,
happening
but
because
yeah,
I'm
she
trying
said
to say
2
see
weeks to
Pac-Man.
10 days. What?
I said I am trying to see Pac-Man.
Okay. Well, I appreciate
My
that.
stepson.
He is quite I'm a little worried about it. He is a little bit of a heathen. He's not like Mike and I
Yeah,
discuss it all the time. He's not a good dog. He's got a
right.
great personality and I love him so much. He's not a good dog, but he is when he's asleep, like right now. Now, like he's gonna like I'm a little worried about him barking while we're gone and stuff, but I'm hoping we kind of chill a lot too. So
Yeah, we'll see. It's not a lot of time. Well, when are you getting in? We haven't decided yet.
yeah.
I'm getting in super early Friday, and I'm still flying out on Tuesday. So if you can swing that Monday Night Football,
Oh, there's a very I'm taking on like I've already told my boss I'm gonna be off Monday and Tuesday of that week. So
okay,
and then I'm out of class Wednesday, Thursday. But I have a doctor's appointment Tuesday at 4 o'clock. So
okay,
like and I'm like It's like 8 hours, I think.
Oh dang. Well, I fly out at 7.
Yeah,
So
no,
I'm
I mean
gonna
it's
leave
like
Jess's house at
it's
like
like
5 a.m.
it's like a I'll have to I'll have to like get up pretty early Tuesday morning pretty much, but
Right.
it's like not it won't be like earlier than a work day for honestly, I'll probably be up just nauseous if it's anything like lately. So, my recent stomach funsies.
The 3:15 Marco where Jess is like, Wit, why are you here? Go back to
Yeah.
sleep.
Yes. Yes, I'm working Jess's JMAX European time schedule. I don't know how I'm going to survive parent teacher conferences next week, considering I'm waking up at 3:15 to 3:17 range every morning, and parent teacher conferences have now been extended to 7 p.m. I think,
Ugh.
and they've added an additional night. So the
So
gift
that's the
shops keep on giving.
situation. I don't even really remember doing those. Like, they need to sign up for it, right? Or does everyone come? Do
No, it's
you need
just
to
a
reach out
drop
to
in.
them?
It's just a
Okay.
drop in.
Okay. So you just need to be available. How many parents do you think you're actually getting stopping by?
It depends. Probably like 12.
Okay. That's a
Yep.
decent amount.
Yep. Yep. It will
And are
be
those
there will be
generally good
food.
interactions or
I would say it's like I would say it's like an 80 I would say it's like a 90% positive thing.
oh,
Maybe
that's good.
95. Yeah, maybe
Yeah, hopefully
95. Yeah.
that's good then.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well,
Sometimes
I was thinking next week we might need to take off anyway, unless we shift to Tuesday, because Wednesday is Greg's birthday.
yes.
Or we just bring him in. Hey, for your birthday, do you want to be on a podcast that may never air? Yes.
Now, I'm perfectly okay with that. Consider now, I don't want to. Obviously, I don't want to get in a big habit of skipping stuff, and I definitely think we should do like a text work sesh or something on Tuesday, maybe.
Hmm.
But I'll have parent teacher conferences Tuesday night, so maybe you and I could like just text session and prep for the next week, or do like an outline for the next week. Does that
Yeah.
sound
Have
good?
you Googled much about like what a podcast outline needs? I think I did some research like a month ago, and it was like,
I've been going
do you
back
want to
and
be super
listening to
detailed or not detailed?
I've been going back and listening to some of the like first 5 of some of my favorites and the
There you go.
structure of the first 5. So,
To
and
see
that's
how
been
far
kind
they
of,
came.
yeah, that's been kind of fun for me too. Honestly, with most of them seeing how much weight they've lost, which honestly, maybe that's what we need to do. And maybe that's why we need to make ourselves turn our cameras on just so we can be like, oh, yeah.
Honestly, I thought about that, like getting famous. Not that we're gonna be famous, but I feel like people that, yeah, like get any sense of, you know, viewership, whatever you want to call it, following, like their um, attention to their physical appearance increases dramatically. And I'm not that gal, but maybe I need to be. So I'm with you that just in general, being a more put together human, I could benefit from that.
I will probably never be more put together, but I need to be out of breath when I walk places less often. So we are working on that one.
Yeah.
Um, just for the sake of arguments, because I'm sick of being out of breath in arguments.
Mine's the worst. Like I take Atlas outside, flat ground, walking, and then immediately come inside, walk down steps, and then hop on a work call. And, 2 minutes later, I'm still out of breath on the work call. If I have to like really say something, I'm like, this is not good. This is not good.
So sometimes I will like go in at work, um, like set everything up for the day and go walk our track for a mile and a half, sometimes a quarter or 3/4 of a mile. Anyway, there's like a huge hill. So usually I go on the other side. The gate was locked on the slope, like the nice, gentle sloping hillside. So I had to take the steep side. My boss walks up and starts talking to me. And I'm like, yes, I checked in on that student's grades. Of course I did. And I was like, this is pretty embarrassing. I've got to get my life together. So,
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
We can do a little workout break. Not really, but no, that would make it 10 times worse.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Just do like 10
Well-
squats, and then that's what I need to start doing. Just like
I would
the little things.
sound like I was about to pass away for the rest of the pod. Like 100%.
My problem too is I just get so pink in the face. Like sometimes when I'm on work calls and everyone's got their cameras on, I just stare at how pink my hue is. I'm like, I hate this. I hate being this Irish blood or whatever my heritage is.
You gotta do it. You gotta do the 23andMe. You gotta do it, man.
We did Ancestry. That's different, right? Same, but different.
No, you gotta do the 23andMe. It just gives you like the straight up like you're 23% Polish. You can now somewhat not think Stanley Kowalski's character is a monster in A Streetcar Named Desire. You can, it gives you all sorts of options, and it's the one where I tested and I was like, all right. And then I bought the expansion pack to see how Native American I am. And it was just like, no.
The fact that there's an expansion pack on a DNA test.
Yeah.
Like when you say expansion pack, where does your mind first go? Mine goes to like Roller Coaster Tycoon growing up.
Mine goes to Cards Against Humanity.
Okay, right? Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Games, not a DNA test.
Well,
but
it happens.
The weird thing about I want to log in again. We should do a session on that. When I log into Ancestry again, like every time I log in, the results change because they're like, we're getting more and more data, so we get smarter and smarter. So we did it years ago. My sister actually got everyone in the family a kit for Christmas, but I think it was kind of cool.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
It was like one of those, like, yeah, she was done for Christmas because it was, I don't know, maybe $50 or something. But we actually did that. Well, sorry, let me stay on target. And when the first time we did it, it was like, yeah, you're 62% Eastern European or Western European, and then 38% like Northern Isles. But it was like not much detail at all. And then we're like, okay, this was kind of dumb. And then a year later, you zoom in, and it's like, oh, you're 32% North Italian. And I'm like, how is this constantly changing?
See, it's just led me to believe that everyone in my family is just such full of crap. Because like I had heard like that I had like pretty much that my great grandmother was just like a Native American. And I was like, that's cool. And they're like, yeah, you're almost Native American enough to get scholarships. Like my mother had this gorgeous dark hair. And I was like, well, of course. And then I'd always heard we were like a little bit German. And I was like, okay, sure, whatever. And it comes back and it's just like, LOL, Ireland and England. And that was pretty much it. And then 2% in the Africas. It was a very odd spectrum. But anyway.
Well, we also used ours, which was pretty sweet, which they offered this for a little bit. Ancestry had an expansion pack as well, similar to 23andMe, on Ancestry Health, where you could do some like health screening data, and you didn't even have to send in another sample. So they used that same spit. I don't know how much spit they were holding on to or whatever. And they tested and screened for a bunch of stuff. So when my nephew has cystic fibrosis. So my sister must be a carrier. Both parents need to be a carrier to pass it on. And we didn't know about this. They had had a child before that. So it was kind of shocking. And then with CF, like people with CF are not supposed to be around other people with CF. Like if you live in the same household and you have the same exposures, but it's such a like autoimmune disease that if someone's sick and they transfer the sickness. But so anyway, that's there was this terrible movie called 6 Feet Apart about it. But people with CF can't be around each other. So we're like, this is pretty serious deal. If it's cousins, like we should get tested for
Right.
that. And of course, genetic testing through the your OB and stuff is like $1,000 or something ridiculous. And then Ancestry Health hit us with like the coupon, like, hey, do you want to pay an extra $50 to find out if you have all these genes? Like, yes, please. So we did it, and I am not a carrier, but Greg is, which is
Wow.
wild.
Wow.
And my brother-in-law who has it he has one brother, and his brother also got tested because they had kids first. So his brother also got tested before they were thinking of having kids, and he was not a carrier, but his wife was. Apparently, like 1 in 3 Caucasians are a carrier of it. Like it's pretty common. But then obviously you need to both pass it on, and so both need to have it, and then it's 25% chance. But yeah, and then and then about a year later, we got an email that said, "We no longer offer these services, so may not have been that legit, but okay, see you, bye."
So that's actually, I used a similar service that I found out about through Rhonda Patrick, who is a podcaster who is a health expert, well, online health expert, but she is a doctor. Anyway, she is pretty incredible and like worth Googling, but she had this like reference for this company, and it's not that Ancestry used additional of your spit. It's just they read the coding for your DNA for the same markers. So it just reads that, because I paid a company to do mine too. And I didn't test for cystic fibrosis, but I tested for the marker for Alzheimer's and for breast cancer. And when you do it, it tests for a whole list of things. And on those two specifically, you have to do like an override on whether or not you want to know the results. And my great grandfather had passed away. He had Parkinson's and then had Alzheimer's and dementia. And it was incredibly, incredibly difficult for us. And I mean, for my family. And I was like, you know what? I want to know anyway. And I didn't have the marker for it, but I don't know if that company still offers it, or if they're in the same boat as Ancestry and had to pull it.
Dang. It's
Pretty crazy.
wild.
Though. So crazy.
But
So
now you
what
can,
I was
live with that piece.
what I was gonna
Just
say
assume it's
though,
legit.
my favorite thing to do when I had my pain medicine from my wisdom teeth, when I was using them correctly, so just post wisdom teeth, I got dry socket, so just all in fun and games of it. I love genetics documentaries, so let's scratch that, have Erica talk blood types. Let's have Erica talk genetics in general.
I agree with that. I'm trying to
Yeah.
think of the documentary I watched. I would rewatch it in a heartbeat. I forget if it was just one episode of like a major series or if it was a full like miniseries documentary, but it was basically talking about how if genetics really took off and like IVF and like people with money will have access to just choose what they want their child to be. And not just like, yeah, I don't want them to have this disease, but like, no, I want them to have blue eyes. I want them to have, you know, assuming obviously your genes would have those possibilities, but you could control all of the outcomes. But then they were talking about it got real trippy because then it was like, well, yeah, in theory, then we could maybe eradicate cancer, right? And stuff like this that's like crazy diseases, but we don't know what we would create in its place, like natural selection and all this stuff. Like it got real kind of heavy, but it was pretty cool. But it was
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna
should
need
people
that
have
link.
access to that choice?
I'm gonna need that link, like incredibly, incredibly. I'm gonna need that link. That sounds fantastic. I watched a pretty good one about CRISPR in general on PBS a while back. But that sounds awesome because yeah, it might like eliminate not just entire like common things like an eye color or like but it might like eliminate like certain personality types or like
Yeah. Okay, I just found it. It's called Unnatural Selection
whoa,
2019 Netflix documentary. And it does talk a lot about CRISPR too.
whoa,
Mm-hmm. It's
good
pretty
stuff.
good. It's a 4-part series and it's all about genetics. So, homework, get back to that. It is one, I feel like there were some times, you know what I hate about those documentaries is when they drag a topic out for so long and like they just repeat the same thing. I don't remember if this one, I don't think this one, I was so fascinated by the topic that it could have been terrible quality and I just didn't care because again, learning sitting on the couch. Goodbye me. But some of those documentaries, like, it's like, come on, just get to the point. You repeated this 6 times.
I am in one way, I'm like, that would be so I'm glad that it's I'm gonna have to check it out, like absolutely. And in one way I'm like, that would be so sad. And in another way, I'm like, a lot of the qualities I have would be qualities I would want to eliminate in qualities that I would want to be considered successful qualities. But I also am sitting within 5 feet of a book that's hold on, I don't want to misquote here. How to teach your baby to be physically superb, because I just found it one day online and I was like, well, if I ever have a child, I do want it to be better than the others.
Hold on a second. It literally says baby, not child.
Yeah.
So just the baby,
Yeah.
like
Hold
your
on. I'm gonna go
infant.
get it.
Can you, yeah, hit me with a couple table of contents with this because I'm intrigued. And I don't know if I would be as intrigued if it said teach your kid to be physically superb, but baby? Like baby?
From birth to age 6.
Okay. Those are babies.
Hold please. Mm,
Give me a couple chapter titles and then hit me with a paragraph or something.
okay. I let me try to turn on my camera and I may show you the cover of this bad boy. It is
If it's not a ripped baby, then I don't know what they're doing.
boy, are you in for a treat.
Missed opportunity.
Oh, it's saying what? I'm so good at. Oh, oh, oh. We out
There it
here.
is.
Okay, hopefully you're gonna be able to see this.
Is that kid just about to do a front flip?
Yep,
100%.
balance beam.
Oh wait, the back too. Same thing. That is.
Look how 90s the fonts.
Look how not physically superb the child looks. If I'm being honest.
You know how we were saying Laverne and Shirley were going to be the reason our friends were not going to be friends with us anymore? Erica may unfriend me over the fact that there are probably some things that are no longer medically sound in that book.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
But okay, just gonna throw it out there. We do not condone the messaging of this book.
Yes, 100%. Indoor dogs. I do hope that one day, if I have children, they are physically superb and better than others, but I do not condone abuse. I am in no way a fan of Adrian Peterson.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No way. No. We want babies to be physically whatever makes them happy.
It's the American way to want to win and be better, though, you know. So
yeah,
no harm, no foul there.
Absolutely.
Adrian Peterson, speak of the devil.
Really?
The other night, well, I guess this was week 4, when Derrick Henry could have broken the record for, and John Harbaugh wouldn't just keep giving him the ball for the most 200-yard games of a career. So they were saying he was tied with Adrian Peterson and O.J. Simpson with, I think, 7 games of 200 yards. And he finished with 199. So if he did not fumble on the one, he would have gotten there. But I thought I heard the announcer say, like, that would have been why the announcer, Chris Collinsworth. I should have just thrown that out there.
Oh, speak of
yeah.
the devil.
Yeah, I should have just kept it at the announcer. I thought I heard him say, like, man, Ravens can't get a TV script. Don't they realize, like, AP's here in the building? So that would have like, he might have been at the Ravens game. They basically alluded to that someone that he would break the record for was physically present at the game, and I don't think it was O.J. Simpson
For
because that's
multiple
not
reasons.
possible.
Well, whether it's O.J. Simpson or Adrian Peterson, hide your kids, hide your wife, because
Exactly.
yeah.
But does he have a broadcasting deal? No.
Adrian Peterson?
Yeah.
I'm on
Is
it.
he on one of the teams?
You gotta
Like for
think not,
post game or something?
that feels like wow. I'm not. We're gonna offend. I'm hesitant. Do I want to offend the big dog right away? That feels like a morning NFL Network move, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sure does, doesn't it, NFL Network? Um,
Doesn't look like it, but
I'm
yeah,
not seeing anything either.
that would be wild. Have you been listening to any Tom Brady's coverage?
Emotionally, I'm listening. My main listen to games are Manning Cast.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Collinsworth finds his way into my ears like
It's
a
inevitable.
torture
Inevitable.
camp. And then Packers games, Manning Cast, and Collinsworth haunting my dreams. So no, I haven't heard a ton of Brady content other than clips on the artist formerly known as Twitter, where I heard him kind of dogging Baker Mayfield,
I heard that.
and it turned into quite the discussion I had with my father about winning strategy. But
What was your take on it? Let's discuss. I'll come up to speed on that beef.
That old characters, old cats like myself and King Mike, we want to think of ourselves as like we do like to think of ourselves on like a work ethic level on our Tom Brady stuff, but we're not competitors. We're gonna find some joy in the experience along the way. We're gonna find some laughs, and that makes us probably more of a Baker Mayfield. And because like in my mind, like I'm in Tom Brady mode at times. I'm like, I'm grinding. If I'm working on a project for work or something, I'm like, I'm getting it done. But then in all reality, I'm also like, yeah, I sent 4 fart jokes to my friends. Like Tom Brady's probably not doing like he's watching.
Yeah, honestly, that's incredible that you can even trick your mind into getting there, because I feel like the more I see of him, I'm like, we're very different people.
Oh,
But
that's
so
because
much
I'm a moody
respect.
child. I listen to Drake and I'm like, I'm just grinding for my city. And then I'm like, no, you're a 30-year-old woman. Like, go to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's rough. It's rough out here.
But like, do you think Brady was wrong to say what he said, or do you think like that did affect the environment? Do you think Baker was right for even bringing it up?
I think it's different for everybody. I think you can be successful with either, but if you're looking for that ultimate edge, maybe it takes the Bradys to do that. But for some people, like for Bakers, that might not be worth it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know that that's worth it for me.
Yeah, I had growing up, played pretty competitive soccer, and all the different like coaches I had, there's very different coaching styles. And there was one coach who was just known for like producing the best of the best. And like he had like pre-Olympians and all this stuff, and he came in to take over our team. Like our coach basically hired him because his daughter was on the team too. And I was like top of the team before that, and I just crumbled. So I couldn't handle it. He was a yeller. He was very intense. And then I played for a coach that was like super laid back and did so much better. So yeah, it definitely is like personality and what you
That's the other thing too. Like, I'm like, yeah, and I am like, I'm truly, I do think like the grind makes all the difference, but I also think like you can make conversation like while grinding.
Mhm.
And I think like most people that are like, I'm a true competitor again, aren't gonna, and so I don't know. I don't know if that separates me from the greats on every level of, but
That's
then
all
again,
it took.
if it's me like shredding papers, I think I'm okay with never becoming one of the greats if I'm waxing floors at work and
Mhm.
they're just
Mhm.
like crusher your neck. As long as I'm getting the job done and it's quality work for them, as long I don't have to be like top in the state necessarily.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you imagine if there was a competition for that though?
Oh, the smack talk would be the worst thing that ever happened to this. It would it would cause violent crimes, the most violent crimes.
Think about like not even just the smack talk, like what's the play-by-play announcer going through in this? Like,
What if
are they talking
every
about wax
what if every job
strategy?
was set up like high school sports?
Oh man, I wish.
Do
I mean, I
you?
wish, but I don't.
Do
I wish I
you?
could. Yeah. Well, am I just a a viewer in this situation, or do I have to partake?
Oh no, you're partaking.
Oh, okay then. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely good.
Yeah. Like everything. Yeah. It would stink. It would be stinky.
All right. Well, I feel like I need to go to bed at some point,
All right.
but
Yep.
let's start taking away in the notes doc. It's a doc, right? Or is it a sheet? We should definitely make it a sheet.
Oh, it needs to be a sheet.
I think it is a sheet, but
Okay. Yep. Whatever it is, we'll figure it out.
I guess doc might be better. I don't know. But this was fun. I'm excited.
I do.
We will definitely need to figure out how we tell the group.
Yes, this is big
I kind of want
pressure.
to have a few under our belt and
That's
spring it on them when we're in person.
Oh, that's a great idea. That's a
Or would
really
they
good
get too
idea.
mad?
What?
Or would they get too mad? We'll
Well,
see. We'll
we'll
figure
only
it
have time to have like
out.
probably like 3 max. So
Yeah.
I don't think they'll be too mad. Because here's what I was kind of telling, like when I'm talking to people, this won't take super long, but like when I'm talking to people, I assume like you're so busy that I assume we'll probably do probably like 3 a month where you're in here. And then if the fourth one, if you have to dip, then one of the other girls can drop in if they need to. If you're
Mhm.
here for the fourth, that's fine. If I need to get one of my buds to pop in, I can
Mhm.
have one of them cover. But I figured we wouldn't it would be you and I for at least the first,
Yeah. Yeah.
little bit.
And what's your mic sitch?
We rolling. There's one right here.
But it's like legit.
Yeah.
All right. I need to get a legit mic then.
Yeah, there's
Send me
some on
some links
Prime.
on some mics. Is there some on Prime?
Oh, girl. Yeah. I'll send
Send
you
me.
the one like mine. I'll send you another one that's a better known brand, but mine has good reviews and I
All
like
right.
it.
Yeah. Send
Yep.
it to me right now because I have 55 minutes to place that order.
Roger that. I ordered some stuff. Well, I'll text you.
All right.
All right.
See ya.
Bye. Oh.